Hi everyone, it's Scrappy Kathy here with my weekly layout share, a couple days late, for the low buy spending chill, and I'll get the spending part up out of the way right up front. I don't think I've bought anything this past week. I may have changed the scheduling of my subscription. I have white cardstock, a 25 pack of white cardstock delivered every 3 months. I may have changed that to every 2 months so that I get one because I'm running out. And I did buy some glue, which I thought would be good, but the tip is a little bit too broad. So apparently I need to put it in another type of container. So I need to find out about that, but I'm not going to worry about it now. I'll make do with what I have. Back in the day, like a couple years ago, I poured glue like that into a little kind of a cup, sort of like this, and then used a toothpick to pull it out and make fine beads on things. And I learned that from a card making class at my local scrapbook store. And then when they and I discovered the my main glue here, and I hesitate to show you this because it shows you how old it is, my Nuvo glue. It just seemed the tip was fine enough and it was wonderful, but as I and for everyday use it's been fine. You know, you've seen me struggle with it on camera. But anyway, haven't done any spending this week. So I will go through these layouts as quickly as possible. There are many layouts that I created this week that I cannot share because they're design team posts and I have to wait for the company who sent me the materials to give me a schedule when I can publish. I published 2 design team layouts. We'll see those for my creative scrapbook in here, and I have 5 more of those, and then I have 2 for another another company. So I will start off with 2 that I made at the retreat that I didn't share last week because I actually packed these in a different place, and I only finished unpacking this week, so I found them. So this one is done 100% with items that were in fact, both of these were done 100% with items in my Secret Sister gift from JoJo Kelly. And I absolutely love, this is another sheet of that amazing paper from the paper pad that has all those beautiful purples and greens and yellows and pinks, just amazing. And those colors just kind of went with this sheet of tropical leaf paper and this, and then there was this wood veneer palm tree and the stitched patch here and the clip. I mean, I just can't even tell you how many things in here I'm in love with. So I'm going to put that aside. Here's another flamingo. It's not stitched, but it is layered and really has a lot of dimension. I love this pink background. I had that photo of Katie. There was someone else in the picture, and you can see her finger sticking up behind Katie's head. And there's this die cut of Dreamcatcher that I thought was beautiful, and the little, I don't know, and it just went. I just love all of this. And I used a ladybug flare, which was the only thing that wasn't in JoJo's gift. This one is, this starts with a load layout, and since the first of the month, load has been going on. And if you know anything about load, you know they give very, I guess, prompts that could guide you just to some interesting techniques or using some stash or whatever. But the story prompts are usually they usually trigger some introspection and maybe some scrapbooking about yourself. And I don't tend to do that a lot, although I've maybe indulged in that a little bit more lately. But anyway, this was one that was based on maybe some fashion choices that you might not make again if you had it to do over again. So that's me in an Argyle plaid pantsuit. And there was a jacket that went with that, also Argyle, if you can believe it. And those bell bottoms were like, I don't know, 4 feet wide or something when they got down to the bottom. I wish my dad, who took the picture, had gotten a load of that. But this was in front of my family home, and that's my sister Patrice, and that's our old VW. Is that our old VW Bug, or is that my? I think that's the red one. It's hard to tell. It's a black and white photo. Anyway, this one was about our favorite subject in school. So my journaling says I didn't really have a favorite subject. I liked them all, but growing from a start where I was trying to avoid math at all costs to actually majoring and getting my degree in math was kind of a journey. So I'd kind of touch on that there. And I used some school scrapbooking supplies I got at the retreat and a cut file from Redefined Creative from Creative Cuts Club. And I actually had scanned a while back some certificates. This is from Pi Mu Epsilon Honorary Math Fraternity. And then this is Who's Who Among Students in American Colleges and Universities, or universities and colleges. And so they were, I kind of put them back like they're on the wall behind the girl with her nose stuck in a book. So, and that's a photo of me back in my, science and math genius days. This was a Scrap Squad lift for last week's Scrap Squad Sunday. That's where I got the design. This is one I did for our new series that I have with Adam Westwood, a Scrappy Adam. And we used a Lisa Sikorsky sketch, sketch number 10, if you're checking her page on Instagram. And the idea here is that we take a sticker sheet and work backwards from the sticker sheet to our page. And so with the help of this sketch, and my sticker sheet is a very old, I think it's My Mind's Eye, I forget. And so I used these buttons are from it, and this, all the chipboard on here is from there. And then I pulled in other supplies that kind of match the color scheme. And the page is about my grandson's broken arm. So there's a video for this under the title Scrap Backwards, which is the name of our series. And I apologize for the noise. There's some weed eating going on in the little side yard between our house and our neighbors. This is one I didn't share widely, and there is no video. The load prompt was about someone's special style. And Ava's got a special style that, we think maybe reflects her anxiety somewhat about hair regrowth and so forth after chemo. And I'm sure she'd prefer I not share that at all, but didn't think any of you guys would be a problem. This one is mostly digital. Everything that's on the white paper I printed digitally, and then I added the flare and floral embellishments. This was about different roles we've played or jobs we've had. And so I'm talking about my first job being gardening. That's a photo of me posing with my giant tomatoes, which I'm sure my dad grew and thought I might be cuter in the picture, and how that led to a landscape design firm that I started back in the 80s. And then kind of in the 70s, that's me with my son's dad, my first husband, and I helped him train quarter horses, and we had won, let's see, what had we won? I don't know. I don't think we won that race. I think we might have come in second in that race, but that's the photo that they take at the track. And that's my brother, and that's my my son's grandparents, Gladys and Ed, and don't know the jockey and the stable guy. And then to retirement from IT. So from 68 to 2008, I was in IT even while I was doing these other things. So, and this doesn't even talk about the macrame and terrarium shop that I had. It's the little stall in one of those community shop things, or the I don't know, the just gigantic Tupperware distributorship. I set all kinds of sales records for Tupperware there for a while, and not because I was buying it myself, but I loved getting people hooked on it, and then getting them to distribute, and and all that was while I had my day job. But anyway, this one was I don't think I have the sketch on the back. It's a design team page for Dottie About Flair, and I've used all of the colors. This is an entire set of the Bouquet Dreams flare, and I matched some butterflies to it, all for a really bad photo of a moth that was stuck to the window on the other side, on the outside, while I took the photo from the inside, and the blinds are in between the two panes of glass. And so when I took the photo, it was all kind of gray and dreary looking. So I filtered it 3 ways to get those 3 kind of color schemes, and thought it would look beautiful on this background, which was another sheet from that paper pad that JoJo Kelly gave me at the retreat. This was my first design team page for my creative scrapbook, and I used the October sketch for my MCS, I'm going to call it, because I trip over those words every time. And it is also for there is a video on this. It's also it's using Jen Hadfield's Peaceful Heart collection, which I absolutely love. And I also did it for a load prompt. This one was also for a load prompt. It's entirely digital except these swirly stampy things, and it's about a time when I was truly scared or frightened, and so this tells the story of kind of being stranded during Hurricane Alicia while John was out of town, and having a kid and no phone, and all those things. This is and I used digital supplies. There's no video on that. I used digital supplies, and these flares are the abstract set, and I chose them because they just really went with this color scheme. In fact, I may have picked those digital supplies because I thought these flares looked kind of stormy and scary. So I picked that to use. This is it's challenge accepted, and at challenge accepted, we're doing the first 4 days for the 4 Thursdays in the month. We're doing the first 4 days of 12 days of autumn scrap lifts over at Scrap Squad. So this was the day one lift, and I used P13 products, and I don't know where I got that mint green check in the back. And this came from Vintage Lemon Twist, I think. And I just used a photo of the kids, Katie and Barrett, walking towards the water in Margaritaville on a fall break a few years back at what was kind of a tough time in their lives. And it was a very wonderful chill out break from that. This is my second design team layout for my creative scrapbook for MCS. And there are some 2x2 cutouts in the collection, and some of them I used and others I turned over and used the B side of the page. And then I added ephemera and other things, all for a summertime playing in the pool kind of photo. The boys, reaching for a ball. And then this one is my Scrap Squad Sunday that went live today. And the original of this had a photo in the center. It was done by Natalie D'Souza. And hers was absolutely amazing. It was a photo in the center, and there was like cut file greenery kind of arching out on either side. And I started to cut this cut file up and arch it out, but it was kind of uneven and I wasn't quite sure. I decided to just use it like it was, add in some fall greenery, some flair, a cat up in a tree, and this photo of John kind of looking up in a dreamy sort of fashion as though he's contemplating, birds in a birdhouse and a cat needing her belly scratched. And I don't know, just kind of another one of those photos that doesn't have a big story. I just love the photo. And the last one I have, I'm actually not finding right now. I've just completed it. Oh, okay. I will grab it. Hang on just a second. In the meantime, I'll leave that one there. It's wet still, and the video hasn't gone live. This is my very late entry. I wasn't feeling well Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so I didn't participate in Mixed Media Frenzy, but I've done it today, and I won't go into a lot of explanation on this one. There will be a video out there momentarily, so I'll probably put this one in next week's review to talk about a little bit more. But in the meantime, there's all this plus 7 more that I can't show you, and a video that's ready to be made for our new series called Scrap Backwards, which the video will go live tomorrow, and we're using another Lisa Sikorsky sketch, so hope you'll check that out. And I created a Facebook group so that everybody could play along. Had a lot of people who have sticker sheets that are orphaned, that are separated from any collections that may have been associated with them. And they're wanting to, mix them up and add some kit supplies, build a kit around, or maybe not, and just grab what looks good with the sticker sheet. So I call that scrapping backwards. Instead of starting with the story and the photo, you start with the embellishments. You go back and find some papers, and then you find a photo and figure out a story. So it's just a fun little idea that Adam and I had, and I'm really happy that it seems to be taking off, and I hope you'll join in. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.